Hello, and welcome to Girl Scouts of the Commonwealth of Virginia's Junior Program Basics Training. Before we begin, we want to say thank you, not only for participating in today's training, but for saying yes to the opportunity to become a troop leader and for everything you have done and will do for girls in your community. In this training, we will cover the basics of our program, which we call the Girl Scout Leadership Experience, the National Program Portfolio, including badges, journeys, and awards, information and tips for working with juniors, advice for structuring your troop meetings, and guidelines for field trips. You won't learn every detail about the junior program today. There are many opportunities and choices in Girl Scouts. Today, we'll ensure you know some of the basics and have the resources you need to get started. The Junior Program Basics Participant Guide PDF can be viewed, downloaded, or printed from the online training information page. We've included the content from each of the pages in the slides as well. After you've finished watching this video, you'll need to submit the training completion form. The link is found on the online training information page near this video. This is an important step. Completing this training is a requirement for troop leaders, and you must submit the form in order for your training experience to be recognized. In the training completion form, we'll ask you to answer 3 questions. What's one thing you're most excited for the girls in your troop to experience in juniors? What's one thing that you learned in the training that you didn't know before watching the training video? And what follow-up questions do you have about your next steps or about Girl Scouts in general? We'll also ask you to think about each of the concepts we discuss and rate your understanding and confidence level in each topic. Don't worry, it's not anything like a college exam. We just want to be sure you participated meaningfully in the training and that you have the resources you need to get started with your troop. A staff member will follow up to respond to any questions that you have. Now that we've covered all the logistics, let's jump into the training. Here you'll find an overview of the Girl Scout leadership experience. Let's talk briefly about each piece of this diagram. But don't worry, each of these are already infused into the tools and activity plans you'll be using, all while having fun with the girls. Let's start at the bottom and work our way up. This is our mission. It's our ultimate goal over time, that girls will lead with courage, confidence, and character to make the world a better place. That's a big goal, so how do we get there? Here you see the 5 outcomes. These are the benefits girls will gain from their experience. When added together, the 5 outcomes lead us to our ultimate goal or our mission. The 5 are strong sense of self, positive values, challenge seeking, healthy relationships, and community problem solving. These are still pretty lofty goals. Let's break them down even further to what we do with girls in the program. On the left side, you see our 3 keys to leadership. This is what girls do no matter which skill or topic they're learning. Discover means that girls are trying something new or learning something about themselves or their world. Connect can mean that girls are connecting with others, connecting with resources in their community, or even connecting a concept they learned at last week's troop meeting with something they're experiencing today. Take action means that girls put together all their knowledge and resources and take action to make the world a better place. In the center, you see our 3 processes. This is how girls do things in Girl Scouts and how leaders support girls' learning. They are girl-led, learning by doing, and cooperative learning. We'll discuss each of these in more detail later in this training. On the right, you see the 4 program pillars. These are skills girls gain and what girls do in the Girl Scout program. They include life skills, outdoors, entrepreneurship, and STEM, which stands for science, technology, engineering, and math. Take a moment to think about, if you had to pick one thing from this page that excites you most about the Girl Scout experience for your juniors, what would you pick and why? Now that we've covered the Girl Scout leadership experience, let's dive into juniors. Juniors are explorers when they go camping for the first time. They're CEOs when they market and sell cookies. They're scientists when they perform energy audits and go on nature walks, and they're innovators and investigators when they earn their product designer and detective badges. Not to mention change makers, big idea thinkers, and future leaders. So, what makes juniors different than other age levels? In juniors, girls will make their own plans and choices and take on more responsibility. They can begin pursuing the Bronze Award, which is the highest award a junior can earn. They have opportunities to lead younger girls, especially with the Junior Aid Award. Let's spend a few minutes going over some of the basics. First, uniforms and insignia. Juniors wear a green vest or sash with their basic pins and insignia, and add any badges or journey awards that they earn to the front of the uniform. Fun patches are added to the back. Fun patches are given for participation in events such as cookie booths, museum visits, etc. Uniforms, insignia, and more can be purchased from the GSCV shop at our headquarters in Richmond or online at girlscoutshop.com. So what can juniors earn to display on their uniform? Let's start with badges. Badges focus on skill development and give girls the opportunity to learn and practice a specific skill. Each badge is earned by completing 5 steps, and there are 3 choices within each step for how to complete that particular badge requirement. Requirements for earning legacy badges are included in the Girl's Guide to Girl Scouting binder, which we'll talk about in a few minutes, but you can find more badge activities online in the volunteer toolkit. Badges include 1 or 2 of the 3 keys to leadership, whereas journeys, which we'll talk about next, will definitely include all 3: discover, connect, and take action. Journeys focus on leadership development. Journeys guide girls through all 3 of the keys to leadership: discover, connect, and take action, by focusing on one broad global issue or theme. The girls discover the issue and problems, connect it to their lives, and take action to address the issue and make a difference. Different from how badges can be completed in 1 or 2 troop meetings, a journey will weave through multiple troop meetings, maybe even an entire year, as girls continue to learn about the broader subject. 3 of the journeys are available in hard copy book format, with both an adult guide and a girl activity book. 7 journeys are available to choose from on the volunteer toolkit, available in digital meeting plan format. The Summit Award is presented to girls who complete at least 3 journeys during their time as a junior. Each journey culminates in a take action project in which girls use what they've learned throughout the journey to create positive change in their community in a way that addresses the root cause of an issue and educates others. Sustainability of the project and addressing a root cause are what makes the Take Action project different from a community service project, which girls also love. You'll find more information about the differences between community service and Take Action in your participant guide. The Bronze Award is the highest award a Girl Scout junior can achieve. To earn the award, girls develop a team, identify an issue they are passionate about, complete a Take Action project, and reflect on and share their work. Girls can begin earning their Bronze Award when they start as a junior in 4th grade and must complete their project within the junior age level by the end of 5th grade. A prerequisite includes completing at least 1 Girl Scout journey. Planning time in the actual project is suggested to be a minimum of 20 hours. When girls are ready to start the Bronze Award, they should refer to the Girl's Guide to Girl Scouting or online resources for more details. Other awards include My Promise, My Faith, the Safety Award, the Summit Award, the Cookie Entrepreneur Pin, Global Action Award, World Thinking Day Award, and Junior Aid Award. Check out the Girl's Guide to Girl Scouting and the Volunteer Toolkit for even more activities, awards, and options. Let's take a look at some of the resources available to you. We've already mentioned each of these earlier in the training, but now you can see the visual. Let's start with the Girl's Guide to Girl Scouting. The binder is designed for girls to use. We recommend that each troop has at least 1 binder for the troop to share, but a binder for each girl is best. The front section is the handbook, which gives an overview and introduction to Girl Scout juniors. It also contains information to earn badges and awards. Activity details and completion requirements for badges, journeys, and awards are also available in your meeting plans in the volunteer toolkit. You've already covered information about the volunteer toolkit and how to access it during your Troop Basics training, so we won't go into a lot of detail in this training. There's also a more detailed video tutorial available that we highly recommend if you haven't checked it out already. A video tutorial is helpful because you can pause the video to explore in the volunteer toolkit and then continue when you're ready. All junior journeys are available on the volunteer toolkit, but 3 of those are also available in book form with both a girl and adult guide. You can see the covers of the girl activity books pictured here. Between journeys, badges, and other awards, the question comes up, where do we begin? Along with the girls in your troop, you have the freedom to choose what you pursue and when, and you certainly don't have to do it all. If you're looking for guidance, the Volunteer Toolkit has several year plans with popular award combinations that you can choose to outline your entire year with meeting content. These plans can then be edited to reflect the girls' choices. Here you'll see an overview of each of the pre-populated meeting plans available in the Volunteer Toolkit, along with which journey awards and badges the girls will earn within them. This is probably difficult to read right now on the screen, but you'll have access to the chart in your downloadable participant guide, so you can review it closer to when you and the girls are ready to make decisions about how you'd like to spend your time in the troop. As adults and parents, we are accustomed to being in control of every situation. But there are so many benefits to letting girls, yes, even fourth graders, take the lead in a structured, safe environment. Let's review some concepts that will help you feel comfortable letting girls lead. If you remember from our first diagram today, the 3 processes are how we do things in Girl Scouts. Let's go over a quick review of each process. Girl-led means girls help make choices about what they will do in Girl Scouts. For juniors, you might lead a brainstorm for an upcoming field trip, and girls will discuss and vote. Or it might be as simple as letting a girl choose what color she'd like to make her slime. Anytime girls are making individual or group decisions, it's girl-led. Learning by doing means that everything we do is hands-on. Girls will remember more of what they learned and have more fun if they're doing it themselves rather than watching a parent or a friend have all the fun. Sometimes learning by doing activities can get messy, but that's okay. Just plan enough time for cleanup, and that can be a hands-on activity for the girls too. Cooperative learning means girls are learning together, in small groups, as an entire group, or just with a friend. No one wants to go it alone, and there's tons of fun to be had with friends. They're also practicing teamwork, cooperation, and collaboration, which are all important life skills. Throughout their time as juniors, girls should start to have significant influence over how they spend their time in Girl Scouts. You can employ a variety of discussion tactics and voting methods to ensure all girls' voices are heard in the process. One simple way to start is by hosting a girl planning meeting at the start of your troop year. Ask girls to review each of the journeys and determine which one they'd like to work on this year. Ask girls to review the badges and rank their top choices. Ask girls to think about what other field trips or adventures they'd like to try. Use their feedback to plot out your troop's calendar for the year. 4th and 5th grade, or ages 9 and 10, are an exciting time for girls. Getting to know common characteristics of girls this age will help you understand them and create a welcoming environment. At this age, girls' individual personalities are shining through. Girls can have moments of rebellion, and they have the ability to connect multiple concepts into more complex ideas. They can still be as energetic as younger girls, but they don't mind sitting still for a while. You'll notice that their interpersonal relationships are very important to them, and you might see gossiping and cliques emerge. But they are also eager to take on responsibility as a sign of independence. In your participant guide, you'll find a list of additional tips and tricks to ensure your meeting time with juniors is successful and a fun, safe environment for everyone. We'll discuss simple ceremonies next. You might decide to include one or more of these in your upcoming troop meetings. An investiture welcomes new members, both girls and adults, into the Girl Scout family for the first time. Girls receive their Girl Scout Junior pin at this ceremony. Rededication ceremonies are an opportunity for girls and adults to renew their commitment to the Girl Scout promise and law. Some troops will host a combination investiture and rededication ceremony together for all members of their troop. Flag ceremonies can be part of any activity that honors the American flag, and a simple ceremony can easily be added to your meeting or event. When girls end 5th grade, they will bridge from juniors to cadets. Bridging is an important transition in a Girl Scout's life. It's a defining moment when a girl becomes aware of her achievements and is ready for new adventures and responsibilities. When the time comes, girls can plan their own bridging ceremony and complete the steps to earn the Bridging Award. You will have these details in your participant packet for future reference. Many troops employ a democratic system of governances so that all members have the opportunity to express their interests and feelings and share in the planning and coordination of activities. Girls partner with you and other volunteers, and you facilitate, act as a sounding board, and ask and answer questions. Girls from daisies through ambassadors will gain confidence and leadership skills when given the opportunity to lead their activities, learn cooperatively as a group, and learn by doing instead of observing. Starting at the junior level, there are a few options for troop governance styles. First, the patroller team system. In this system, large troops divide into smaller groups, with every member playing a role. Teams of 4 to 6 girls are recommended so that each girl gets a chance to participate and express her opinions. Patrols may be organized by interests or activities that feed into a take action project, with each team taking responsibility for some part of the total project. Girls may even enjoy coming up with names for their teams or patrols. Next is the executive board. In the executive board system, or sometimes called the steering committee, one leadership team makes decisions for the entire troop. The board's responsibility is to plan activities and assign jobs based on interest and needs, and the rest of the troop decides how to pass their ideas and suggestions to the executive board throughout the year. The executive board usually has a president, vice president, secretary, and treasurer, and holds its own meetings to discuss troop matters. Limit the length of time each girl serves on the executive board so all troop members can participate at some point during the year. Then the town meeting. Under the town meeting system, business is discussed and decisions are made at meetings attended by all the girls in the troop. As in the patrol and executive board systems, everyone gets the chance to participate in decision-making and leadership. Your role is to act as a moderator who makes sure everyone gets a chance to talk and that all ideas are considered. Cleanup is a great habit for girls to get their meeting space back to the way it was when they arrived, or maybe even cleaner. Girls can take leadership of the cleaning themselves, deciding who does what with a caper chart. Prepare and post a chart that shows which girls are helping with particular tasks, such as opening ceremonies, snacks, supplies, and cleanup. These tasks are called capers, and the chart is called a caper chart. This system allows girls to volunteer for responsibilities and then to alternate their tasks for each meeting. Individual girls gain a sense of ownership and responsibility for their individual task, but together, the group accomplishes everything that needs to be done, encouraging teamwork. When girls are juniors, they should be able to help identify what tasks and chores are needed to help their meetings and events run smoothly. They may also start to create some just for fun capers that add personality to their troop. For example, maybe for each meeting, there's a decorating committee. There are several examples of troop caper charts here for you to consider, from something very simple, like a laminated piece of paper, to much more elaborate designs. When you're ready to start planning your field trips, there are a few resources you'll want to reference in the planning process. Refer to Volunteer Essentials for transportation guidelines and travel progression. Refer to safety activity checkpoints prior to planning your trips, as some activities are allowed only with written council pre-approval. We'll talk more about safety activity checkpoints in just a moment. Refer to the Troop Trip Planning Guide for additional resources and guidelines. Forms that you might need for field trips include health history and permission slips. You can find more information and all of the forms and resources on our website at commgirlscouts.org. And if you have any questions, please reach out to our help desk at gshelper@commgirlscouts.org. When girls are juniors, they should be involved in the planning process. Taking trips is one of the many ways troops can discover, connect, and take action. Traveling with your troop is a progressive experience. Your experiences may begin with a hike outside your troop meeting place and then progress to overnight camping, a visit to a city in another state, and potentially a long excursion to one of the 5 world centers of Girl Scouting in India, Africa, Mexico, England, or Switzerland. When planning trips, it's important to keep a few points in mind. The trip should meet the needs and interests of the girls and be appropriate for their age level. And Girl Scout juniors should plan the trip, the location, activities, and some of the budgeting. Adults should provide support. Facilitate a brainstorming session with the girls. Let them discuss: where could we go? When? Why and what do we want to do and see? How will we get there? How much will it cost? What should we do to get ready? What will we do along the way? Girls of all ages have ideas of places they want to go, and through the progression of experience and skills, they can research, plan, budget, earn money, and put together an itinerary for their trip. Let the girls take on the leadership roles in planning and carrying out their trip, and the sky's the limit. The safety and well-being of girl and adult members is our highest priority. As a volunteer, it is imperative to know and understand the safety policies and procedures in place, where to look or who to ask for more information when necessary. Safety activity checkpoints are activity-specific safety guidelines for things like camping, participating in a parade, and even the fall product and cookie programs. You can find safety activity checkpoints on our website under Volunteer Resources, under Forms, or in the Resources tab of the Volunteer Toolkit. Be sure to check the minimum age and level guidelines carefully. There are some activities in which juniors cannot participate, or activities that are based on age rather than grade level. In your participant guide, you'll find information about additional resources for troop leaders. Our help desk email is gshelper@commgirlscouts.org, and you can also see the phone number here. Please email or call with any Girl Scout questions you have. We're here to support you. We're almost at the end of your Junior Program Basics training. Please remember to submit the training completion form after you've finished the training video. A link to the form can be found on the online training page near the video and resources. We're finished with this training session for today, but you're not finished learning about Girl Scouts. As a junior troop leader, you'll be learning alongside your girls every step of the way. Plus, you have wonderful resources to support you: your troop support team, other leaders in your service unit, your community engagement manager, and the help desk at gshelper@commgirlscouts.org. Feel free to reach out with any questions you have. This concludes your Junior Program Basics training. Thank you for participating.